Hello, everybody. So today we're going to be talking about percent composition, right? Which is really just a fancy word for the percent of each element in a compound by mass, right? Very simple. And again, here we're talking about mass, all right, in grams. So when we talk about calculating the molar mass, one of the reasons we do that is so that we can find the percent composition. Very cool, okay? The formula for percent composition is the mass of the element divided by the total mass of the compound times 100. Whenever you do percents, you're going to do times 100 because when you do this, you should get a number that's less than 1. And then when you times it by 100, you'll actually get a percentage. This seems really a little bit more complicated than the stuff that we've done, but I assure you it's actually quite simple. And I'm about to do a couple of examples for you so that you can see how we do this. All right. So the worksheet you guys have is the same worksheet that I have. There is an answer key if you keep scrolling through this worksheet. However, if you don't show your work, I'm not going to give you any points. So I'm going to show you how to do this very simply. So our first compound is CuBr2, right? So what we need to do is we need to find the mass of this compound and the mass of each individual element within the compound to find the percent. So what I do is this. I do Cu, right? I'm going to look that up on my periodic table. Here's my lovely periodic table. I find Cu, which is copper, all right, which is right here at 63.546. So I'm going to do 63.546 grams. Now notice that I don't have to multiply this by anything because there's only one copper. So that's really nice. Then I do Br, all right? Now Br, there are two of them, so I got to keep that in mind when I do this. I look on the periodic table. I find Br, well, there it is. So Br would be 79.904. All right, so 79.904 grams, but I have to multiply that number by 2 because there are two BRs here. Notice, 2, BR2. So times 2. So I'm going to get my handy-dandy calculator out. All right, yay, very exciting. Here it is, all right. So I'm going to do 79.904, okay, times 2 equals 159.808. So 159.808 grams. Notice I'm putting grams each time because I don't want to forget about those units, all right? Now, the next thing I'm going to do is add these two numbers together. So what I do is I usually circle them so I know which ones to add. And I'm going to add those two numbers together to get my total. So I'm going to do 159.808 plus 63.546. All right, equals 223.354. Now that is not your answer. That is the molar mass of CuBr2. So 223.354 grams is the total mass. Okay? Now, to find the percent, which is what goes here, I'm going to take each of these circled numbers divided by the total mass times 100. So I'm going to make myself a little more space kind of here on the side. All right, so it is going to look a little crazy, but bear with me, okay? So I'm going to start with, for Cu, I'm going to do 63.546 divided by 223.354. So 223.354. All right, I'm going to find that answer, and then I'm going to do times 100 to get my percent. So if I plug that in the calculator, and please be mindful when you do this, all right? I'm going to show you as I'm doing it because I want to make sure that you guys see what I'm doing, okay? So 63.546 divided by 223.354, okay? Notice I get a number that's less than 1. That's exactly right. If you get a number greater than 1, you know you divided backwards, okay? So I'm going to take that number. I'm going to put it here, and I'm actually just going to go to the third decimal place because otherwise it gets really, really crazy with numbers. So I'm going to do 0.285, and I am putting 285 because since this is a 5, I'm rounding up. Okay, so I put that times 100. So I'm just going to take that to the calculator. 0.285 times 100. All right, and I get 28.5%. So I'm going to put that right here. So I'm going to do 28.5% is my copper. So that means that in copper and CuBr2, 28.5% of that substance is actually copper by mass. Now I'm going to do the same thing for my Br, right? The same setup. And I'm actually going to write it down here just so you guys can see, right? So I'm going to do for Br, I'm going to do 159.808 divided by 223.354. Right? I'm going to do that, and then whatever I get, I'm going to times it by 100, right? So let's do it. And again, always put the top number in first. 159.808 divided by 223.354. Okay? I get 71.549, right? Or 0.715, sorry. And I'm going to take that number times 100. Now, some people will write this number here and then times 100. You can do that. I'll put it on there like that. Okay? The other thing you can do is just take whatever you get in the calculator times 100, right? And then just write that down there. So in this case, we get 71.5%. Okay? When you add these two percentages up, they should be about 100%. Now, if they're not, if they're like 98.9 or 99.9 or something really, really close, that's totally fine. But these two percentages should be very, very close to 100%. And then you know you did the problem correctly. Pretty sweet. All right. I'll do one more for you. I'm going to let you guys do the hard one. I'm going to do the easy one. Sorry, but I figured you guys are up for the challenge. You totally are. I am going to remind you, though, that remember that this number on the outside of the parentheses multiplies through for everybody. So in this case, you do have 2 N's and you do have 8 H's when you do this. Okay, just so you know. All right. But I'm going to do this one. All right. So N2 and then S2. All right. So again, I'm going to use my periodic table. I'm going to look up nitrogen, which is 14.007, okay, 14.007 grams. And then sulfur, right, same deal, it's actually very close to nitrogen, 32.06, okay, so 32.06 grams, right? And again, since both of these are 2, I'm going to multiply them by 2, all right? So when I do the first one times 2, let me get my phone working again here. All right. I'm going to do 14.007 times 2, which is 28.014.
Miss Kearney, please dial 0. Miss Kearney, please dial 0.
Don't you love hearing the announcements while I'm doing this? It's fantastic. And then, so 32.06 times 2. All right, put that one on the calculator as well, just so you guys can see what I'm doing. 64.12. All right. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add these two numbers up. So if I add these two numbers together, I should get 92.134. Right? That's the molar mass of this. So again, the number that you're getting here is actually the total mass, right? Which is the same thing as the molar mass, right? You don't have to write this like this. I do it. It's totally your thing, right? Then I'm going to take each of these final numbers divided by this times 100. So luckily I have a little more space down here to work with, right? So for n, I'm going to do 28.014, excuse me, divided by 92.134, right, times 100. And then I'm going to do the same thing for S. 64.12 divided by 92.134. Take that answer, times 100. Okay? when I do this, let's see what I get. All right, we'll do it on the calculator. Sweet. All right, set it up so you can actually see what I'm doing. All right, so 28.014 divided by 92.134 equals 0.0304 times 100. Okay, 30.40. And technically 30.41. I'm going to round that up. So it'll be 30.41%. Right? Now, you know by doing this, your other percent should be somewhere around 69, right? 69 to 70, because, again, these should add to 100%. So when you're doing this, keep that in mind as you work, right? So let's do the second one, all right? So we do 64.12 divided by 92.134 equals, oh, shocking, 69.59 times 100. All right, so it's 69.594. All right, so 69.59 is fine. I'll put that here. %. And those are your answers. It kind of is a long process. It gets faster. It gets easier as you do this. Try the rest of these out. Like I said, the answers are on there. So the reality is, really, you're just trying to learn the process. You do have to show me the work in order to get points for doing this. If you want to do a little bit shorter version of this, where you don't necessarily write this out and just write these out, that's also fine. So as you get better at doing this, you might shorten this process. However, I would like you to show as much work as possible. All right, guys, send me an email if you need some help. If you want me to make another video, let me know. And I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day.